oftentimes the project team will condense and combine steps 4 and step 5. In step 4, the team is identifying their ideas for improvement and prioritizing those based on potential impact. With that idea in mind, the team then needs to take the next step to determine what is the best approach for testing that idea. Oftentimes, project teams will implement their ideas for improvement using the PDCA cycle, plan, do, check, act. During this process, the team iterates on their idea, learning as they go, finding ways to test their idea, measure its results, and improve along the way. During the plan phase of the PDCA cycle, the team is going to articulate what their recommendation is. In the do phase, they're going to design an implementation plan for carrying out that recommendation. As they implement their recommendation, they're interpreting their results along the way, comparing what happened to what they thought would happen and adjusting along the way. Analyzing the outcomes occurs during the check phase. Collecting lessons learned and iterating is part of the act phase. Along the way, keeping accurate documentation of what occurs during the PDCA is very critical. A PDCA template like this will allow the team to document their assumptions, document their outcomes, document the things that they'd learned, and the things that they changed as a result. At a more detailed level, specifically double-clicking in on the do phase, you may see a team articulate an action plan. The action plan is the detailed steps that the team will take in order to implement that idea for improvement. To help give direction during this phase, it's recommended that the team uses the WWW approach, who's doing what by when. In this action plan, you can see that they would list the task owner, due date, status of that deliverable, and any notes that were appropriate to keep track of along the way. The action plan is reviewed on a regular basis to help drive accountability and detect any issues that might arise as the team tries to implement their idea for improvement. Depending on the size of the change, a communication plan may be appropriate. The communication plan really helps the team to understand what are the preferred communication methods that exist for them and their key stakeholders, and what is the best method to facilitate information sharing across the project. A well-articulated communication plan helps to ensure that all parties involved have the information they need to participate in the change. With each of these plans, the PDCA plan, the action plan, and the communication plan, is that these are living documents and they need to be regularly reviewed and modified across the project to incorporate new learning.